is 7:39 a.m. Eastern Standard. Is that Tom? Is that Tom's name here? Yes, Tom. How are you? Oh my God, how is Amanda and Seamus? I'm so glad to see your name. I hope you're still here. It says, yeah, it's tricky sometimes, these numbers. Hey, Mr. Friend's here too. Yay, some of my favorite people. Good morning, good afternoon for some of you. Please tell me how your week is going. I hope you're doing well. I was thinking for the next live streams. Oh, I'm doing well, thank you. I literally just got home with about 7 minutes to spare before the live stream, but I wanted us to talk about, I was thinking, oh good, I'm glad your week is okay, Mr. Friend. Tom's here too. Tom, Mr. Friend, Mr. Tom. I wanted to talk about and for us to express the ways that we're already living an abundant life. And I love, hey, Kenneth's here too. Hi, everyone, checking in. Yay. Hey, and Lauren's here too. Oh, man, I'm so glad to see you. Lauren says, good morning, gorgeous lady. How are you this morning? Hello, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I hope you are too. I just want to, first of all, thank you guys for all the incredible live streams. Your feedback, your encouragement, like it really is such a special place here. And I feel very grateful to you. Mr. Friend says hi to Lauren. Kenneth says hi, friends. Everyone's greeting each other. I really want to continue with this thread. Like, Mr. Friend, you gave us a great idea to share those images. And we got to see Kenneth's work, you know, your parrot, Lauren's beautiful family. And just like, it was really nice to see all of these things that we're grateful for and really shine a spotlight on these things that seem simple, but they're actually like the whole purpose of life. It really is the whole purpose of life. And I like that idea. I like that if we can keep reminding ourselves when we are in an abundant moment. So this morning I was at the gym and I was thinking like, you know what? I am a content creator because I do create content. I might not be compensated for it, but I create content. You know, I am, you know, at the gym right now with my husband. He's my best friend. Like, I'm living my dream life. And I really want us to remember in those moments and really soak it all in. If you were drinking a delicious cup of coffee, like even if you're the wealthiest person in the world, you would still enjoy drinking that delicious cup of coffee. And in that moment, you are living your abundant life. Like, wow, my life is abundant. I'm living my dream life at this moment. And I think it's been very, very helpful for me, especially in the last few weeks, where I've been actually acknowledging these small moments throughout the day where I'm living an abundant life, where I'm living my dream life. If I get to go outside on my lunch break, right, because I'm a remote worker and it's a beautiful sunny day and I get to sit outside, I say to myself, like, wow, I am living my dream life. This is my abundant life, being outside at lunch under the sun. So I really do think that it's so important for us to notice those moments, because I've noticed that I keep noticing more reasons to remind myself of abundance. Mr. Friend says, hi, Lauren. Kenneth Ford said, hi, friends. Lauren says, hi, everyone. I hope you're doing good. Kenneth Ford says your production value has improved exponentially. Yay! My production value. Yeah. I'm really trying. I love creating and I love sharing these messages. And I feel like this is such a beautiful way to grow in real time with you, not as like the expert, the leader of this. Like, I am right here with you folks, going through the ups and downs that life presents, but really trying to focus on the good, notice the good, acknowledge it, amplify that, and focus on the solutions where things need work. You know what I mean? Is it Obaid? Obaid Papal says, hi, I'm glad you're here. We got Michelle Julian. Hello, I'm glad you're here. Welcome to the channel. My name is Robin, reporting live, Ontario, Canada, 7:44 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's share something that we feel is great in our lives. What's a moment in your life that might seem simple for others, but that's abundant for you, that makes you feel like, wow, this is where I would be if I had everything in the world. This is what I'd be doing right now. Kenneth Ford says, my only complaint would be sometimes the shorts are too Short. You're awesome, Kenneth. I love it. I love the humor and the insight that you bring to this channel. It's such a wide range of like fun and cute and very deep and insightful. So I love that about you. So yeah, my shorts may be a little too short, but not my gym shorts, folks. Just so you know, my gym shorts are pretty decent length. Lauren says, you have another new view here today. Oh, a new viewer. Yeah, Julian. Hey, yay, great. Julian, oh my God, we are such a fan of yours, Julian. We hear so much wonderful stuff about how much value and love that you bring to Lauren's life. And because we're all a fan of Lauren, you now have a whole group of us a fan of yours. So that's really awesome. Mr. Friend says, drinking a juice with ice is abundance for me. Yes, honestly, folks, I do feel like I think social media has this way of making us think like if you're not on a private jet and you don't have like all the luxuries in the world, then like that's the only form of abundance. And I really do think, and you guys know what my real job is, my whole job is in the private client space. So I see a lot, and I need you to know that sometimes the more cars you have and the more houses and the more jewelry and valuables, it sometimes ends up complicating your life and can add a lot of stress. I mean, we can only be in one car at one time. So you have 10 cars, really, like you can only drive one. So you've got a bunch of Rolexes, you can only really wear one. So I need you to know that a true abundant life a lot of times is the way we are thinking. It's a mindset abundance. So I really want to advocate for that and help. I created a little video of some of the ways that I've created an abundant life for myself. And they're really simple things, some of them. And, but they're beautiful. They're, overpaying your bills, a couple dollars more, giving a delivery driver a bottle of water on a hot day. Like it's nothing. We have all these things, but it makes you feel so wealthy, right? And wealth is a mindset. It's not a number or something in your wallet. It's a mindset. Same with broke. Broke is not a value on your statement of your bank account statement. It's a mindset, a broke mindset. So we do not use the word broke anymore. Promise me, okay? Never refer to yourself as broke or I can't do this. It's like, now's not the right time. In the future, I will. So I love that. Mr. Friend says, oh yes, I read that one. So if you're comfortable sharing what is an abundant life for you, maybe it's Lauren with her Julian, right? Like being together in the same room, what an abundant life that is. Maybe it's watching your favorite show with your favorite person in your blanket or your favorite pet. Like in that moment, you are living an abundant life. You're relaxing with whomever you love. Like there are so many ways that our lives are already abundant, and we have to just keep reminding ourselves of that. I like to use the word brainwashing, and I know that some people find that word very strange, but I have a very firm belief that the things we think about, talk about, especially what you guys are watching on your screen, on your phones, on your TV, has an impact on the way we experience life. So if we can use that understanding to brainwash ourselves when we're in a moment of bliss and appreciation and kind of like lengthen that time frame of that feeling. So maybe enjoying your cup of coffee in your favorite spot doesn't have to end as soon as the last sip is done. Maybe you can keep reminding yourself, man, that coffee tasted good. I love drinking it outside under the sun or in my favorite chair in my home, or I put a little splash of some cinnamon, something like simple, small joys, and let's stretch out that joy time frame longer. Lauren says, just having a day with him, no plans, no visitors, eating comfort food, and just soaking in the time that we get together. That's my abundant life. Yes, Lauren, I love that. You're right. No visitors, no plans, just doing you two together, being you together is such an abundant life. There are people that have all the money in the world and they don't have someone beside them that they love, or they don't have a pet that's excited when they get home. Or I shared a post on my LinkedIn, which I am going to share here. And it says that disposition is more important than position. So your disposition in life is much more important than your position. You could be the CEO of the biggest company in the world, but if you have feelings of resentment and mistrust and everyone's stupid and look at all these problems I have, that's your disposition. Your disposition is frustration. But if your disposition is looking for ways to be grateful, finding ways to have little kind moments with people, whether it's a little compliment of somebody walking by, like, hey, that hat looks cool on you, or a phone call that you have to make for work, but you have a little small talk with the person and you offer a little kindness or joy. That's your disposition. That's a real form of wealth, folks, is your disposition. That's what we have to work on. Let's see, Mr. Friend says, spending time with my bird is my favorite way to relax in the evening. Yes, your bird, I heard, is very intelligent too. I mean, what a beautiful, beautiful moment to appreciate. I think a lot of people really are living an abundant life in so many micro ways that it really would serve us well if we took all those ways in and acknowledged them by writing them in the comments, by sharing an image if you're comfortable in our community tab, by, just speaking it out loud or noticing it in your own thoughts. If you watch a clip or something that makes you feel good, like, wow, look at the power of the internet, that I can watch a 30-second clip and it gave me a new insight. And now I'm going to take action, right? And do something differently or try something out or figure out what my hobbies are. It's really interesting to explore yourself, right? To know thyself, as they say. So I love that. Kenneth Forrest says, when trying some new words, when trying something new works, almost the same feeling as gambling without the regret. Yeah, exactly. Trying something new. And when you see that it works for you, it's like, oh my God, I've just discovered this. And it's so interesting that, I'm going to be 46 this year, and that I have learned more about myself this year, 2026, than probably all the years combined. And you're right, when we find something new that works, that we're good at, or we don't even have to be good at it, we just have to like it. We don't have to put too much pressure on ourselves to be perfect at everything. We just have to enjoy it. And that's an abundant life right there. So I love that you wrote that. Lauren says, I spent most of my adult life thinking I'd never find my person. Oh, never feel like I really belong. Then Julian happened, probably the worst point of my life, and he turned all my emptiness into abundance. Wow. What a beautiful gift that is. That's so beautiful to read. It really is a lovely experience. Julian sounds like such an incredible person, and we already know that you are an incredible person, Lauren. We've all seen that, the way you root for everyone. And just like I said, one thing I love about you, Lauren, is whenever you used to put something in the comments about something that you were working on, you always had the solution within the same comment and your effort and what you were working on, the actionable steps that you were taking. And that I find very impressive about you. There's a handful of you that are like that, actually, in the comments, that whenever you share something, you always had like a tip or trick or advice or something following it. And that is a solutions mindset, folks. I think you guys have a solutions focused mindset, but it might not feel like that in the moment when you're dealing with something's presented to you, you're worried about it. I still worry too. But now I've realized that I've got that resourceful mindset, that solutions focused mindset, and I see that in you. So I really need you to remind yourself of that when a challenge comes your way, that, hey, this sucks, but I figured this out before. I figured something out before similar, or I've figured out other things that I didn't know what to do, and I'm going to figure this one out. So I think that's really great. Lauren says, I think we are in an awesome, pair together. That's something Julian, yes, has pushed and taught me. Don't complain if you aren't willing to find a solution. Exactly. And I notice that so much in grown-ups, especially, and children and teens. There's a lot of pushback. It's like, no, I don't have that person's number. Like, I do. I'll get it for you. Or, oh, no, that person, oh, I can't do this because... And people are very quick to find an excuse, to hang on to a limitation, right? And I love that Julian has brought that to light for you. Like, don't focus on things unless you're either prepared to accept it or prepared to find a solution. I think that's such a beautiful way of thinking, because it gives us the power again. It gives you the power again. Your outside circumstances yes, they have an influence on you, but they're not the end all be all. It's not the final say. You have the final say. What you do next is the final say. So I love that. Yeah, his tough love. Yeah. It's just the way I needed it. Yeah, it's the tough love. Absolutely. I think my mom was tough love. My mom was tough love too. She was very, very tough. And she's Indian, Guyanese, so maybe a little too tough now in today's standard, right? We can't be that tough with our kids anymore, if you know what I mean. But I don't regret it. I don't regret it. I think that that's what I needed too. I needed that tough love. I needed that, like, take responsibility for your actions. Only you can control your life. Only you decide what happens next. I mean, a lot of people have these circumstances thrown on them and they had no say, they didn't choose it, but they get to choose what they do next. And sometimes some people need tough love and some people need, a hug and a kiss, and some people need both. And maybe if we can learn what we need in that moment and be that for ourselves, again, it's great that we have people that we trust that we can talk to. But if we can learn to lean on ourselves, on our own abilities, and trust our own judgment, and trust our own abilities, and trust our own resourcefulness, I think problems become easier. Like, circumstances don't seem as heavy when we can trust ourselves. I think that's a really great thing to work on. I love that Julian was exactly what you needed in that moment. And remember, I shared that quote that my mom used to say, God doesn't come, but he sends. So he sent Julian. So thanks, Julian. Okay. Lauren says, my mom is soft as a feather, but my dad is the tough lover. And to be honest, I've turned out more like him personality wise. He knows when to tell me straight and he knows when to hug. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my gosh, that's such a beautiful thing. And I think that's something I need to work on, especially as a parent to a teenager. That's where I'm noticing the most test. Like, that's where I'm being tested the most. And sometimes I think I might be too firm and I might be too, like, these are the expectations and it's important that we have expectations on you, or else, you're only going to strive to the level that people expect you to. If everyone's like, he'll just get by in life, they're a teenager, they don't do. If no one has any expectations of you, then when you're younger, then you don't really have any expectations of yourself. So, but I think sometimes I'm a little bit too firm. So I love that you wrote that. I need to be more like your dad, where he knows when to hug and he knows when to be firm. That's something that I have to work on. So I love that you said that. Hey, we got Dakota here, says hi. Hello, Dakota. Welcome to the channel. I know a beautiful person named Dakota. Welcome. I don't think I've seen your name for a while, at least, or ever. My name is Robin, reporting live at 7:58. I start my real job in 2 minutes. If you're comfortable, write something about your life that feels like a blessing, that feels abundant, so we can really take notice of the good in our lives. Lauren says, having mental health issues, I need people around me that know the balance of what I need. The straight and honest when they need, and wrap it up a bit nicer. I'm lucky to say I have that in both my parents. What a blessing. And maybe that's why you came out so amazing. You know what? I think we all have mental health issues, really. I think, and it depends. Some people don't like that phrasing, so maybe I won't phrase it that way, but I think we all have moments when our mental health is being tested and it's feeling at a low point or it's feeling at a good point. I think the human experience is quite the range. And mental health is so important, especially with this technology and like the stuff that's on there. Like I said, I have a TikTok account. I don't consume on it. I only create. But as soon as I open the app to create something, it pops up a video. And sometimes the stuff on there is so dismal, like it's the worst like scene or clip of the human experience. And I think, oh my God, if young people are just seeing multiple videos like this, no wonder we have all these issues. No wonder people feel hopeless. So really take control and power of what you're watching, folks. Preach, sister. Lauren says, yes, preach. Folks, we are all dealing with it in different ways. Some people talk about it, some people don't. And the people that are brave enough to talk about it are the ones that can help others get through it and recognize that we all are going through it. Mr. Friend gave me a heart. Mine is being tested more often lately. Absolutely. And maybe you are going through a transition, the next evolvement of Lauren. Sometimes I think these challenges really. Oh, it froze. I got a reminder. Yes, 1 minute till I got to go to work. You're right. But yes, if you feel like you are being tested lately with challenges, this is the next evolvement. This is your vessel, as they say. You are evolving to the next level of your vessel. So we've got these little vessels that hold, what we're capable of. And then it kind of breaks open to the next evolvement. So if you're going through a challenge, just know that your vessel is expanding, your capabilities of expanding. I hope so. I believe it 100%. Blue skies, positive vibes. Thank you. Positive thinking gives you positive outcomes. Hey, bye, ad. Or by Al wrote, thank you. I appreciate that. I've never seen your name here. I got to go to my real job. Be well, everyone. Kenneth Ford says, thank you, folks, for an amazing live stream. And I can't wait to see you on the next one. Okay. Your vessel's expanding, folks.